Good day, tea freaks. It is Denny.
Good day. Yeah, we never rehearse these, believe it or not. I know they're really good. But welcome to TeaDB. Yeah.
Hello.
What episode number are we on?
We're on 247. We're back in time. Sorry for the bright studio lights. Today in our LA studio, it's a little bit gray outside.
Yeah, there's an unusually high amount of rain and grayness.
Our light people are just
Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're messing with us.
Yeah.
So we are continuing a romp into an unknown Yunnan Sourcing package.
Yep.
And which is it's been fun so far. And so what do we got today?
We got Epsilon.
Yeah. And we're going to also get, I think in this episode, some Gamma as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to test the taste, see what we think, see how it smells.
So I am recovering from a cold, guys.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
My sense of smell is not particularly good. So we might be relying a bit more on Dendy to provide me.
It smells like a young raw to me.
Yeah.
It has that sort of gasoline-y, a little bit smokiness, really earthiness. And it has sort of those, when I say young, it's because it also has a lot of kind of the potent crispness a little bit too.
Right. And the leaves are, the sample that we're getting, the leaves are very loose. The leaves look pretty small overall. So a couple just small observations. Another
hint would be that the liqueur itself is
I can actually smell that.
Pretty yellow, or at least it will be. And the leaves themselves are very green. I'm actually getting a nice little bit of some sweetness coming out of there. Maybe like a soft vanilla.
Yeah, I get a little bit of acorn nuttiness to it as well.
Creamy sort of vibes. Yeah.
Smells actually pretty nice.
Yeah. Let's give it a shot. This could be a ass kicker though, so we'll see. You never know, Scott.
It's true. We're not going to quite
Shout
do
out.
Scott brewing parameters, but we're using 4 grams for.
It's really loosey. It's Lucy that's the problem.
Yeah,
that dog just hangs out and
he gets
starts
distracted
and
then like, oh, the tea.
You're drinking jet fuel. Okay, cool. So 1 rinse and then straight into the tea. This is going to be a little bit less potent, but you get a good taste of it. So
let's see how strong this is. See how we can go for the next brew.
Cheers. Definitely has a little bit of sharpness on the finish, some bitterness.
Yeah,
it's part of its youth, but has a nice upfront sweetness.
Tastes like a Pu'erh.
Yeah. Our studio dogs outside.
They're filming Dogs 2 in the studio next door.
Damn. Some aggressive CGI.
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
This is good. So, do you feel like I'm tasting the creaminess and definitely some of the sort of greenness of this tea? I'm going to definitely tread lightly here because I have a feeling that this is going to be an ass kicker.
So what do you think? Similar or lighter, harder?
I think that was pretty good. I think I think it'll definitely increase in potency in the upcoming brews here.
Right. So we're watching our potency here because we want to get through a couple of these, and it is in the morning and I'm
drinking tea on an empty stomach, to be honest.
Yeah, don't want stomach explosion.
Yeah. But so far so good. I would definitely call this very young. There's zero age taste into this.
Yeah. Definitely a 2017. I'm pretty sure.
It's not the sweetest. It's not the. I don't know. I have a hard time placing what kind of a region I would put this in.
Me too, so far. It has a pretty nice aroma. The fact that I can even smell this is impressive. I have not been able to smell my tea for the last 5 days, so...
It does. It has a very sweet, balanced aroma. I think this tea would actually age really well and cool off a little bit and maybe develop some richer flavors. There's not too much crazy strong or harshness in this tea, even from the get-go, which is good. I feel like this tea is very creamy, a really pleasant way.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah. Acorny, like James said, and it has that good balance. A little bit grassy, Mom test? What do you think?
I think it'd pass the mom smell test.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that any of these young raw pu'erhs would be ideal for just the mom drinking test.
Right. I think someone maybe would find this interesting. I'm getting right now a lot of seaweed actually, and there's kind of a briny saltiness to this tea. I think the first third of this tea is sweet and crisp and creamy. I think that anyone would enjoy that, and then it gets a little bit more pu'erh-y, a little bit more umami, salty, seaweedy, and I love that. And I know James is, we all find those flavors really fascinating, and interesting, but I wouldn't put this past the mom test.
It'd be a little funky, and then there's that just pungent raw pu'erhness that is probably a no-go for newcomers or moms everywhere. But I gotta say, the lingering taste of it is good. Totally. I'm tasting some lingering sweetness sort of in the back of my mouth. It has that
sort of slightly crisp sencha, not quite hay-y, but that just like the salty seaweediness of some senchas that I've had. And so, or maybe even just like a or like a small leaved, just like a young green tea. This is tasting very green, actually, with more of those sort of like less floral and more of that sort of element of grassier flavors, acorny, nutty flavors. I would imagine if this was a black tea, it would have like a really, really, maybe this is a Yunnan.
A what?
I don't know. Gosh. Okay. I would guess this might be from the Yunnan.
From Yunnan?
Yeah, somewhere.
Well, it's definitely from Yunnan. It's Pu'erh. Yeah.
I mean, that's true, but but I guess I'm just saying, like, I guess this is reminding me of, I'm trying to think of I had a really beautiful small-leaved green tea forever ago from Yunnan that I enjoyed, so...
That aroma is really nice, I gotta say.
Ooh. Did you reheat the water?
I did. Is it stronger?
What do you think?
Little, definitely more bitterness to it. Not a mom brew right here. Getting a little bit of brown sugariness to it.
Ooh, yeah. This is definitely getting into that. This is where the youth of this tea is shining and potentially a little bit off-putting. So getting a little bit not harder to drink, but just potent. And I'm gonna call that sip good.
Let's do one more on this, and let's move on to Gamma.
Yeah.
And I will. The water's still pretty hot, so let's keep this one on the short side of things.
What is that? I think it was this reminds me of, I think it was this Red Mountain black tea from Scott that I got forever ago. I'm talking like when we were doing...
Was it one of the ones that you really liked?
Yeah. Remember I rebought it a few times. Oh, that's what it's the Isle Mountain tea. Thank you. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, so but that has like a black... I feel like that has like a similar acorny, nutty, creamy profile as this tea. Yeah,
I get that.
But there's more of a this has more of that sort of like kind of oceanic, almost not quite citrusy, but those sorts of like sour crispness. So, but not earthy. Anyway, I'm enjoying this. I think this tea would be excellent in like 10 years.
Could be.
I think it would become like a much
smoother.
Because all of the creaminess is going to, I think, stay there. Cheers. There's not. There aren't too many like intense. Wow, there's a really barley-y nuttiness to this now.
Yeah, I get a lot of vegetalness to it too on these brews where we just pushed it a bit harder. Yeah.
It has more of that grassy, barley, hay sort of vibe. Would you put it in the category of like vegetal and tomato viney kind of?
I could jive with that for this infusion in particular. It's a little bit difficult for me to place right now. If I were to guess, I would maybe guess Jingu region somewhere, which is not far off from my understanding from Ilau and stuff like that. So maybe Denny's guess is not Denny sort of placing that black tea around there could be right. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But we will be right back with some Gamma.
Onward.
Guys, here we are trying not to explode out of any orifice, and we are moving on to
keep it real
to Gamma. And let's take a smell of the bag, see how this guy is.
It's more like a cake.
Yeah, it does. We're getting some more compressed bits here. I can't smell that so good.
Okay. It's not the strongest smelling. This also has a It isn't that strong or fragrant. Excuse me, we have the Pu'erh. Oh my god. I don't know. I think this has like a very similar actual aroma to the last one. Sort of creamy.
We'll know better once we get some hot water on these leaves, which we just had.
I'll look at it.
It's actually still a little bit fainter. The bits are a bit more compressed. You know, can't smell that.
It has a beautiful through line sort of saccharine sweetness that might be a little bit fruity. I need to get back in there.
Right. And I'm going to let this hang out for just a second.
Yeah.
We have some compressed bits, so want to let those open up.
Right. Yep, indeed. So, and looks very young, smells young. The liqueur is very yellow.
Also pretty small leaves we're talking about in this one.
Right. This will be interesting. It's funny. It's almost like there's kind of clues into sometimes high quality. It's like there are clues into teas that sort of straddle the poles of good and bad. So the fact that this doesn't have a lot, like too strong of an aroma right now, could either mean it sucks or it might be really good. But it, like, I don't, I feel like so-so teas don't really, I don't know, maybe I'm just making up stuff. Well, certainly making up stuff. Don't get it twisted.
Always keep
as a professional tea drinker.
We are not professional tea drinkers.
Nice.
It's even like nuttier to me.
Yeah,
like
this is very creamy. I feel like this is just like 2x Gamma. Is that right?
It's like, this is Gamma. Previous was Epsilon. So I feel like this is very upfront actually in its flavor. Some teas can be kind of subtle and take some digging to sort of feel like where they're hidden.
Was this? How did you rinse this? Twice? This once? Okay, wow. It's nice. I feel like it has a little bit more of the green taste, a little bit more of that sort of saltiness happening up front. I almost feel like this is the same tea that has just been aged for 2 years, and has developed a little bit more of some of the richness and balanced out a little bit better. It's coming out of the gate stronger than Gamma, in my opinion, at least.
I agree.
But it does feel like a fairly similar flavor profile. This does have a lingering little bit of some, for me at least, small hints of fruit that I think I will hopefully be able to explore. James, how are the sensory organs? Are you able to get in there and manage this at all?
It's a bit, the aroma is definitely a bit stronger for me for Epsilon than this tea. I'd say it's still...
Or Gamma, last tea, Gamma?
This is Gamma.
Oh, shit. Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oops.
I'm trying to go in like English alphabetical order. I don't know. What order is it? The other ones go. So Epsilon, we're doing Gamma now. So
got it.
I was getting stronger aroma vibes from Epsilon, and this one, I agree, it's more upfront in its taste. at least on that initial infusion.
I feel like this has a very strong barley.
Absolutely agree. Yeah, I was gonna say oaty.
Yeah, it's like Qingmeishan a little bit.
Some savory tones to this too.
Yeah, this is delicious. This would also not pass the mom test, but this is really yummy for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Not as much on those sugary sugar cane type notes of the previous.
I agree. I think this has. You kind of smell that initially a little bit, but this has a little bit of a nicer. I think it's a nicer balance as a result. It's very juicy, even though it's not that fruity. There's not very much sourness on it. I'm just having a nice sort of residual kind of mouthfeel. This isn't particularly tart or mouth puckering in any way.
Right.
It's just a good high quality young roti.
So we'll keep this one at 4 infusions too.
Cool.
This is our third right there. Okay. Reboiled water for the 4th. So that could be the strong brew.
Yeah. Yeah, and these are definitely some potent youngs. So I don't know. I would put this maybe at a couple years old. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is from this year or last year.
Yeah, I have a feeling just from what was sent that it's probably from 2017. But
are they all from 2017?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know positively, but I believe they are.
This one then,
but it can be really hard to tell. That couple of years.
At least this one then for me just has that sort of air of a higher quality. Something that's been aged for a little bit longer and has a nicer balance. There's also a little bit of sort of not quite strong cinnamon vibes, but a little bit of those sort of baking spice vibes. In like a really pleasant way. I think it really accents that creaminess.
You want to smell?
Yeah. Interesting. I do agree. This is far less aromatic. Although there's
interesting.
That's cooled down a little bit too.
I would almost say that the Epsilon, the first tea we had today, crosses me as a more typical Pu'erh, and I'm still struggling a little bit to figure this one out.
I'm enjoying this one more. To be honest with you. So this is our third steeping.
Cheers, guys.
Salud.
Quite soft still, almost some like caramel brown sugary type.
I totally agree with that. Yeah, so this is really nice. Again, these flavors aren't like your typical, like, ooh, scrumptious, I'm at Starbucks. So
yeah,
you gotta, these teas feel strangely. Ooh, it's really cooling. These last two have felt strangely Japanese to me. They're just a little bit salty and not super earthy in any way, but or like rock tasty or mineral-y per se, but they just have a little bit of a kind of like that sort of salty seaweediness to them, that kind of earthiness. Both creamy. I feel like this one is just kind of nailing it and putting it together a little better than the previous tea. I'm gonna fuck up the name, so whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely feeling good vibes off of this one too.
Gotcha.
Would you put this like cooling or heating in terms of just like?
I'd put this at cooling.
Yeah,
I would put them both at cooling.
Kind of.
Yeah. And actually, I think in my congested palate right now, I would actually give the reverse opinion of Denny. I think I actually prefer the original tea.
Oh, interesting.
But I can definitely get where Denny's coming from. I think this tea has a lot more flavor up front and stuff like that. But they're actually, they started out to be kind of similar, as Denny noted, and they're kind of diverging a little bit. I think the marine seaweed type flavors are really interesting. I'm getting a little bit less of that than Denny, but I totally could get that.
And that's almost, that is almost a taste that's physical. It's sort of the juiciness of those sorts of foods that you eat too. So there's sort of some just kind of like raw sensory trickery going on.
I take that back. I could get it then in this one, yeah.
Yeah, this is nice. Not that the other tea wasn't nice, so it's interesting. Everyone has their own preferences. I'm really enjoying this. I think there's good balance in here. I agree this is a little bit more bold. I think there's a little bit just of a stronger intensity of this tea. I also like the mouthfeel a bit more on this one.
Right on, yeah. I was going to say, especially this one, it's soft, but it has this really engaging mouthfeel to it. that I enjoy. So I would say that I enjoyed both of these teas.
Yeah.
If I were to rub my forehead and go back in time, I think my favorite of the tasting was probably still the Beta, if you remember that darker one that we had in the original one. But I think these might be second and third for me, or third and fourth.
Delicious nonetheless. Shout out to Scott for putting this together.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, totally cool.
And thank you to Matt as well for coordinating this tasting. You could definitely go check out his notes. I know that a couple people have released their notes already for this tasting, so check those out as well.
And shout out to NyQuil for hopefully making James feel better for the next episode. Just kidding.
NyQuil, the brand that everyone trusts. I don't even know what a NyQuil.
So hard.
NyQuil.
Okay. Just editors, cut that out.
We have yet to be sponsored by NyQuil. We're open to it in the future.
For folks who check out Yunnan Sourcing and Scott, and YunnanSourcing.com or Google it, whatever.
It's always easier to Google these days rather than to give an exact URL. But definitely check them out, and big thank you to those folks.
Yeah, if you guys want more ridiculous tea nonsense and shenanigans, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, please do.
We are a valid source of such things. We have a newsletter at tdb.org. Check that out as well. Or
we might send you something within the next 5 years.
An email address, and we'll be in touch maybe. I don't know. But check out the blog because we have lots of cool stuff there. James is doing in between episodes and other interviews there, as well as we have the main show here every week. And I don't know, get your mom to sign up to the newsletter.
Do it. Yeah, get your mom to subscribe. This is our double TeaDB overnight task. Everyone just gets their mom and
totally. Yeah, it's gonna be we're gonna create world peace through mom signups. Okay, we're done. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next time for the Zeta episode. Check it out. Maybe we'll create a playlist or something for all this nonsense.
Oh, yeah,
anyway,
good idea. Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time. Until then, cheers.
Cheers.